Hi guys, it's Dan. So in this video, I'm going to explain the process that I took to quit my 60 grand a year job in 2018 to start what is now a pressure washing business. But it didn't start out pressure washing, but I'll just explain how I went about quitting the job. So I'm actually visiting my mum and dad in Harrogate, and it's pretty chilled out. So let's get into it. So how did I actually go about quitting the job? I had a job that I enjoyed, but I knew I needed a change. Basically, you're in the same atmosphere, and sort of realised that maybe I had more to do. I could do more, all that type of thing. And I found myself scrolling on YouTube, like you might be right now, and I stumbled across window cleaning. This guy on YouTube who had a window cleaning business, and he was sort of like the business window cleaner guy, Green Pro or something like this. And I saw this, what I thought at the time, this innovation of go cardless and automating the window cleaning payments. So I thought, you know what, there were some window cleaners outside my house. I asked them to clean my windows and they said, nah, speak to my boss. So I thought, you know what, I can do this better. And on that day, I decided that I'm going to quit my job and start window cleaning. So how did I actually quit the job? So that was the time that I made the decision, but it took me a lot longer to actually quit the job, about 9 months roughly. So what I started off by doing was looking at all my expenses. Now, I didn't sit down with a spreadsheet and look through all my bank statements like people probably tell you to do online. I was pretty naive, to be honest. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought I was going to get where I wanted to get to a lot quicker. But anyway, it's actually a bit of a power to be naive and not know the whole situation. So I looked at my bills. I was like, okay, I've got a mortgage, don't have any kids. I need about £2,000 a month. So my goal sort of was to get £2,000 a month in regular window cleaning work. So what I did was swapped my car for a van, turned that van into a window cleaning van, and I started getting customers. So getting the customers, that was the first challenge. So I started off by learning about building websites. So I built a website, window cleaning website. Fast forward a couple of months and I got a couple inquiries, but it was way too slow. I might be mixing up bits of the story now, but so I was working shifts at Land Rover. That was the company I worked for, and in between shifts I was basically able to work in between the patterns to like do my window cleaning work. So when I started work at 6 a.m. and finished at 2, I could do window cleaning from 2 till 4 or 5. And then when I was on like an afternoon shift, I could do it in the morning. When I was on a night shift, I could do it on other times basically. So I always had about like 4 hours of work that I could do outside of my normal working hours. So I realised that maybe I needed to get better skills, and that's really what I found was the life of owning a business is basically just acquiring better, higher value skills, like developing yourself more. So started knocking on doors, found new build housing estates and targeted them. That was like where I had most success. Really densely packed work and flyers, and then building up a website. Now, how did I get to the point of handing my notice in? Okay, so building up to the point of handing my notice in. Again, naively, I worked my way up to £2,000 a month, which is absolutely diddly squat. It's nothing. That was £2,000 a month of revenue. That wasn't profit, that was revenue. And it just goes to show how naive I was. And I got to that £2,000 a month. I was staying steady at around £2,000 a month. Nowhere near replacing what my salary was. I was like, you know what, I need to get out of here now. So 9 months on, handed my notice in, and then went full time. And that was basically how I did it. Now, I don't think that's the best way of doing it, but that's the way that I did it. One of the other caveats to that as well. So what I would suggest is probably making sure you have a bank of savings. So I'll go into basically how much I stored up before then. I basically wanted to make sure that I had like a year of savings. I'd always been saving money long before I knew that I wanted to like leave my job. I always wanted to work for myself, but I just always had savings. I think I would if it was today and I was going to give advice to anybody now, or you know, people, if you're looking for like sort of, okay, maybe how would it be different for me? The thing that seems different now is you wouldn't really be saving money, so to speak. You would be investing money, and then you'd be drawing on your investments, I would say, just because your money's just getting destroyed right now. So that's a whole different video, but for those that know, they're printing money crazy. So it's quite a shame. Most people don't know that secret, or they know it, but they don't understand what to do to combat it, I suppose. So yeah, that's how I basically quit my job. I realised that there was no way I was going to get rich, because that's what I wanted to be. I want to be rich. And yeah, I quit my job. So here was how one of the big situations that made me decide that, man, I need to quit a job. I'll tell you that now. It's about pension. So when I worked at this company, we would have a good pension. So it was like 4% of your salary, and they would put in 8. It was a massive contribution, really. It's like one of them great jobs that people say you should never quit. So I had that job, that pension. The company was split into like 2 departments. The first department was like the old people who would have what was called in the UK final salary pension. So people that were over about 40 who worked at this company would have this final salary pension, and then we would have this contribution pension. And I remember I had a pension statement come through. Bearing in mind we was earning what I thought at the time was good money. And so basically 12% of my salary was going into this pension. And then we had the statement come through, and it said inflation adjusted, it was going to give a salary of like £12,000 a year. And I thought, hang on, it's going to give a salary of £12,000 a year, and I'm putting in 12% of my salary for the next 50 years. It's going to give me 12 grand. And there's all these people leaving a job on a final salary earning 30 grand. I thought, 30 grand for 50 years of my life, still pretty shit, but it's a lot better than 12 grand. So I remember going to see like the union guy and showing him the number, and he seemed a bit bamboozled, like he didn't actually understand. And then we spoke to like the main union guy, and the cusp of the conversation was like it or lump it. So they were really the situations that basically made me decide to start my own business, because I thought that's the only way I'm going to get free. And I don't necessarily think that's true now. Working for yourself is the only way to get free. I think you can do it through maybe investing. If you have a very high salary job, you can invest money and become free that way. So maybe in sales or something. But business is probably, it's the route that I'm pursuing. It's a system that you can create and that I can create where other people fit inside of it to free up your own time. But anyway, so that's how I decided to quit my job. The process, it was basically, the too long didn't read was figure out what your monthly bills are, work a plan to replace that income with your job, quit that job that's replaced your income, and if you're young, be very naive like I was, and just know that you're going to have to become a better and better person every single day. That's how to quit your job, start a pressure washing business.